Howdy, my friends. A political update. Joe Biden's, executive orders are upsetting a lot of people, and understandably so. He is going to totally and completely undo everything that President Trump did, and he's off to a good start. And besides undoing everything President Trump did, he has some of the most insane ideas for running this country that I have heard of in my whole life. But he's not getting his direction from his own brain, which I think the guy is pretty much brain dead personally. He's getting his ideas from the people that owns him and the people who owns Washington, D.C. It was their idea to run him anyway, and it was not their intent for him to be president, but they thought he had a better chance of being elected than anybody else that the Democrats had. And that's pretty poor when he's the best that they can come up with. But Kamala Harris is the one that they want in as president, because she will do everything they want her to do. They want her to do. I have no doubt Biden wouldn't either, but she's just out of her mind, crazy with liberalism. But anyway, that's not my points here. I just wanted to say that because I needed to say it. Also, everything that he's doing is going to be worthless very soon anyway, so people are getting all worked up over nothing. It's all going to come crumbling down pretty dang fast, and everybody will see it. I just had lunch at a new Mexican restaurant over in West Columbia. I'm still sitting in the parking lot there. It's called Margarita Joe's or Margarita Jones or something. It's a fancy place. I don't know if you can see it back behind me or not. Not really. It's a big restaurant, kind of fancy. And that's the first time I've been there, and probably the last time. The service was excellent. I have not had that kind of service at a restaurant or anywhere in a very, very, very long time. There was 4 waitresses at my table almost the whole time I was in there, and I was in there probably an hour. But their food was just about the same quality as what you get at Taco Bell. And for the price I paid for my lunch, I could have eaten at Taco Bell 15 times probably. But at Taco Bell you get no service at all. I just don't know if these people's service, which it really was excellent, is worth what I paid for the meal that was not very exciting. But it's busy highway here right in front of me, and I'm being distracted. I apologize for that. Let me get to some of the points that I did want to make. I did a video, the first video today. I think this is my 3rd, maybe my 4th today. It's been raining most of the day, so not much to do except make videos. But anyway, the first one was playing with you. It was an exam to see if anybody had been paying attention to my recent political posts about what's going on between the 2 presidents. Not between the 2 of them personally, but what each one has been doing. And the question on that exam, it was a one question exam, was in the speech that President Trump made probably a week or so, maybe 10 days before the inauguration, down at Alamo, or near Alamo, Texas, on the Mexico border, where he was looking at the wall that he had built. He made a comment in that speech to Joe Biden, telling him that he didn't care about him being impeached again. He said, "It will have zero effect on me." And you can impeach someone who is not in office. And that basically what it would do to somebody that is retired or out of office is prevent them from ever running for public office again. President Trump said if the impeachment did go through, if it was approved, it would have zero effect on him. And he was 100% correct. And I asked for the exam that I did the video on earlier, I asked what he meant. How could that have zero effect on him? Because he's not through running this country. So how could an impeachment, if it is passed, and it has already passed the House, it's gone to the Senate for their approval now, how could it not affect him? The answer is because he is going to be running the United States of America as president under the old original Constitution with a new capital. The capital is no longer in Washington, D.C. That has been given back to the people that owns the government in America. They took it over in 1871, and I have done videos explaining that. And I found a new one last night that somebody else made that explains it a lot better than me. And if I can find it again, I will drop the link in this video down at the bottom. So it doesn't matter what Biden does, because he is an illegitimate president, and the United States of America that he is governing has been dissolved. It's gone. So it doesn't matter what he does to Trump or anybody else. And I'll leave that at there for now. I have done videos elaborating on that and explaining that recently, if you want to go back and find them. And when I get home, I will look for the video I found last night. It was by a banker who knows politics and the history of America very good, and he explained it a lot better than me. I understand it. I am just not a good teacher. So, but this guy did explain it good, and I'm going to try to find that video again. Another thing, I mentioned this in a video that when Joe Biden went to D.C. for the inauguration, he was denied a government plane to fly him there. He had to hire a private jet to take him to Washington, D.C. for inauguration. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday. Yesterday was Friday. It may have been Thursday. Either Thursday or Friday, he requested Air Force One to fly him somewhere. He's probably tired of being president already and he wanted to go home for the weekend. I don't know where he's going. I didn't ever hear that. But he requested Air Force One or a government jet to fly him home. He was denied again. And that was a day or two after inauguration. However, on that same day, whether it was Thursday or Friday, President Trump, who already had Air Force One down in Florida where he was, where he's also got the nuclear football, the nuclear codes to launch a nuclear attack on some company, he took that with him when he left the White House. Biden doesn't have it. President Trump has it. But anyway, Air Force One has been in Florida with Trump ever since he left, I guess on Inauguration Day, the 20th. Yesterday, he was flown from Florida back to Washington, D.C. for a part of the day, and then flown again on Air Force One from Washington, D.C. to some military base in South Carolina. If he's not president, why does he still have the privilege of flying on Air Force One? I never heard of another president after he left office having that privilege. And the person that was sworn in on Inauguration Day or the day before Inauguration Day keeps getting denied when he requests a flight on a government plane. So y'all explain that to me. I keep telling you, friends, it isn't over. It's just now getting started. And I do expect to see big things happening in Washington, D.C. and in whatever town or whatever state the new capital is going to be in very soon. But mostly I'm expecting big things happening in Washington, D.C., not at the White House, but in the District of Columbia itself. You know, there were, and I don't know how many troops are there. I have heard there were 19,000. I have heard there were 26,000. I have heard there was 29,000. I have heard there was 50,000. I have heard there was 65,000. I don't know how many troops are there. But Thursday, 1,500 more troops were sent. Initially, it was reported that they were sent there as security for the inauguration. But they went there like 10 days or 2 weeks before inauguration, and they're still there 3 days after inauguration or 4 days after. And their number is increasing, not decreasing. So with all these clues, I hope you can see there's something big going on. And that's it for now. Since I'm in town, I'm gonna upload this video, and hopefully it'll be done by the time I get back home, and then I'll do a search for that video I want you to listen to, because it really is a very good instructional video on what's going on, what has been going on behind the scenes that nobody hardly knew about. I hope you'll watch it if I can find it, but I'll put it in the description box below. And yesterday I did a video where I put 3 or 4 links to other articles and videos that would be very helpful for you to understand if you don't understand. That's it for now. I love you. I appreciate your patronage. And y'all stay safe. Enjoy your weekend. And stay close to Jesus. Pray, 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 pray for our country like you've never prayed before. A lot is going on. The country needs your prayer.